Imagine you're driving home on a quiet night, the road empty, the stars bright. Suddenly, a strange light appears in the sky. It gets closer, bigger, until it's hovering right over your car. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is what Betty and Barney Hill claimed happened to them on the night of September 19th, 1961. This case would become one of the most famous and influential UFO abduction stories in history. Betty and Barney were an ordinary interracial couple from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, driving back from a vacation in Canada. As they drove through the White Mountains, Betty noticed a bright point of light moving erratically. At first, they thought it was a satellite or a plane, but it grew larger and began to descend toward them. Barney, a World War II veteran, stopped the car and looked through his binoculars. He described seeing a flattened, pancake-like craft with windows, and through them, figures dressed in what looked like uniforms. Overcome with a sudden, intense fear, he ran back to the car, screaming, "They're going to capture us." He sped away, but soon they heard a strange buzzing sound. Their bodies tingled, and they slipped into an altered state of consciousness. The next thing they knew, they were 35 miles further down the road, with nearly 2 hours of time completely unaccounted for. They arrived home dazed and confused. Their watches had stopped working, Barney's shoes were scuffed, and Betty's dress was torn and stained with a strange pink powder. In the days and weeks that followed, both Betty and Barney suffered from anxiety, nightmares, and other physical ailments. Betty began having vivid dreams of being taken aboard the strange craft by short, gray-skinned beings with large, wraparound eyes. In her dreams, they performed medical examinations on her and Barney. Troubled by these recurring nightmares and their missing time, they decided to seek help. They were eventually referred to Dr. Benjamin Simon, a respected Boston psychiatrist specializing in hypnosis. Over several months of sessions, both Betty and Barney, separately, recounted a startlingly similar story of being taken aboard the UFO. Under hypnosis, Barney described being led up a ramp into the craft where he and Betty were separated. He recalled being placed on an examination table where the beings took samples of his skin, hair, and nails. His account, filled with terror and confusion, matched the details of Betty's dreams with chilling accuracy. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence from their sessions was a star map. Betty claimed that while on the ship, she was shown a three-dimensional map of trade routes between stars. Under hypnosis, she drew the map from memory. Years later, an amateur astronomer named Marjorie Fish analyzed the drawing. After building multiple 3D models of nearby stars, she found a potential match. The map seemed to depict the view from the Zeta Reticuli star system, a binary star system about 39 light-years from Earth. This discovery added a layer of scientific intrigue to the Hills' incredible story. The Betty and Barney Hill case was the first widely publicized alien abduction story in the United States. It set the template for thousands of similar accounts that would follow, introducing the world to the image of the gray alien with large, dark eyes. Skeptics have offered alternative explanations, suggesting the experience was a shared delusion, a misidentified aircraft, or a product of the stress they faced as an interracial couple in the 1960s. However, the physical evidence, the consistency of their separate hypnotic testimonies, and the now famous star map continue to fuel debate and fascination. What really happened to the Hills that night in the White Mountains? Were they simply a couple who lost their way in their time? Or were they unwilling participants in an event that defies our understanding of the universe? Their story remains a cornerstone of UFO lore, a haunting mystery that forces us to question what we think we know about the world and the vast unknown cosmos beyond. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained.